Jim Cramer came out and said not too long ago, like a couple of days ago, that, investors should get ready for a big rally in the stock market in September. So is he right? Is the stock market going to make brand new all-time highs in September? So far, he's been correct. I'm going to be playing a little bit of the video to let him tell you what he thinks, and I'll add on to it. So let's begin.
Our bearings in what obviously is a constantly seesawing stock market, like I said at the top of the show. Now, do we stare at the action in the bonds, hoping it will somehow give us a glimpse of the future? Do we watch the White House like a hawk, deciphering every presidential tweet for clues about what's next in the trade war? Maybe we parse the state-published Chinese newspapers for hints as to whether the Communist Party is ready to make a deal? I don't know. How about we take a step back instead? How about we think this is maybe the kind of situation where you need to put your emotions in check, and nothing makes people more emotional than armchair political analysis, which I hate. We need to take a more objective, more empirical approach, something that's not going to devolve into a he said, she said. That's why tonight we're going up the charts with the help of legendary chartist Larry Williams. He's a technician who's been trading futures, commodities, and stocks for almost as long as I've been alive. I've said this before, but it is worth repeating. Williams is a near mythical figure in this industry. He's written almost a dozen books. He's got his own website. IreallyTrade.com is what it's called, IreallyTrade.com. And he's created a slew of technical indicators, many of which are named after him. For example, how many times have we used the Williams percentage R oscillator? That's him. And when Williams looks at the topsy-turvy market, he doesn't see a disaster waiting to happen. He doesn't. He doesn't see a need to reason to panic or sell out of this market. He's not waiting for the other shoe to drop. No, Williams says you should buy. Buy right now, right here. He thinks the averages have either already bottomed or they are about to bottom, at least for the moment. Yep, he's bullish. What a godsend. All right, what does that confidence come from? All right, for starters, take a look at this chart, which shows you a forecast based on the advanced decline line, a technical tool that measures the market's breadth. In plain English, the advanced decline line counts the net sum of advancing stocks minus declining stocks, the number of stocks that go up versus the number that go down on any given day. And it's cumulative. You can see it in black, okay? So when more names on the New York Stock Exchange go up than go down, the advanced decline line rises. Williams likes to rely on this tool because it's more stable with fewer wild gyrations than you see if you were only looking at the prices of the major averages. Based on the action in the advanced decline, it's the black line, okay? Williams sees a cycle of rallies and sell-offs that seem to repeat itself. This chart goes back a year. And you can see that the forecast, the red line, tends to move in tandem with the actual advanced decline indicator, although it's more exaggerated. Keep in mind, these cycles track the direction of a given move, but not its magnitude. They help predict when something will go up or down, just not by how much. You can see where we are, okay? When you project that cycle out, it suggests that the market should rally from here, right here, through the end of September, hopefully. Okay, with another big decline coming in October. But if this pattern holds true, Williams says you're going to want to buy again at the end of October, right here, okay, looking at another major run as we head into the end of the year. And that's just one bullish forecast out of many. Check out this chart of the CBOE Volatility Index. That's the VIX for short, going back to February. You know we love the VIX, also known as the fear gauge, because it's such a fabulous reflection of the overall level of panic in the stock market. As I've told you before, the VIX and the S&P 500 tend to move in opposite directions. When the S&P rises, the VIX falls, and when the S&P falls, the VIX rises. It's a pretty ironclad correlation, and it only breaks down when the market's about to make a major reversal. So Williams is on the hunt for times when traders are more fearful, more emotional, as measured by the VIX. He thinks there's a cycle involved, and you can see this cycle in red on the chart. Okay? So far this year, it's been a pretty good indicator. It captures the swings in the volatility index. If you can predict the action in the VIX, that's a terrific tool for calling tops and bottoms of the S&P 500. What happens when Williams projects that volatility cycle forward? Well, you get a big spike in the VIX right about now, okay? Right about now, which coincides with the recent market-wide turmoil. But then he sees a big fall-off in volatility, okay? Remember, when the VIX goes down, the stock market goes up. So this volatility cycle suggests it's time for the S&P to rally. Again, really good indicator. And likely through the end of September. That'd be a nice run. That's why Williams thinks it's highly unlikely stocks will go much lower. The volatility cycle has run its course, so now is the time to buy, right into Labor Day. Finally, there's the chart of the E-mini S&P 500 futures, which track very closely with the underlying index. When you look back at over the past 10 months, Williams sees a very dominant 80-day cycle that keeps repeating here. And when you project it forward, the red line again, you see we're poised for a potentially major rally, or at least an extended move higher. Remember, these cycles don't tell you how big the move will be. They just tell you when a rally or a decline is likely to take place. Put it all together, Williams has 3 different bullish forecasts here from the advanced decline.
As you can see, people on buy right, like I've done everything this man says. I'm poor and he's rich because of it. Buy right, Jim. That's how you are positioned, right, Jim? Cramer is a con man peddling bad information, and the stock market went up. So I follow Jim Cramer. When he's bullish, usually the stock market goes up. So, and then not too long ago, this really helped encourage the stock market to go up. Stock surge on encouragement sign of U.S. and China trade talks, because China said that they don't want to retaliate on the tariffs that Trump's going to put on China, because they want to calm down this trade war, because they still want to trade with the United States, apparently. So, yeah, this is a very good sign. Tomorrow, it's something like, China could easily change his mind, and, this could be a total lie again, but I have no idea. We'll see what happens moving forward. But as you know, ever since he said buy the stock market, it's gone up at least 2%. So, for the past 2 days, it's gone up at least 2% at least, I think. So yeah, when he made that video was on the 27th. And, ever since then, it gone up at least very close to 2% on the Dow. So, I think, he's onto something. Every time Jim Cramer is bullish, it seems to be correct. So, and then every time he's bearish, it's kind of correct too. So, that's why a lot of people follow him, because he kind of knows what he's talking about a little bit. And it's not him that talking about it. He's just portraying a message from a trader who is like legendary. So yeah, anyways, moving on. Hurricane Dorian is heading to Florida, and True Eve even posted that. True Eve does have a lot of cultivation facilities in Florida. So, they could come out with some damaged facilities in the coming hurricane, but that's probably the biggest reason why True Eve stock sold off even after the earnings was amazing, because investors, probably really rich investors, probably knew that this hurricane was coming, and they wanted to protect their money, so they sold off a little bit, and that's why the stock went down. But if Monday comes along and the hurricane did not, or Tuesday or Monday, whenever the trading comes back, if no hurricane hits the United States, I believe that True Eve will probably rally. But tomorrow might be an ugly day, because that hurricane is coming closer and closer. And True Eve is very, very heavily dominant. Like, they really heavily rely on Florida to succeed. But I guess they do have insurance, and they do have some indoor facilities. And I'm hoping that they don't have all the facilities located near each other, because, one sweep of a hurricane, and that's a lot of damage on their facilities. So let's just hope they don't have a huge ass facility all grouped together in Florida, and it's kind of separated by distance. I'm hoping. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I really don't have any True Eve shares. I may add some on Friday, because it is on a discount, and I really think this company is a solid company, and long term, as long as the hurricane doesn't destroy their facilities, long term, I think there's a lot of value to be had in this company. Liberal Health Science, also a company that this one I'm heavily invested into. I think their facility is protected by a lot of trees, but regardless, let's say if the hurricane still hit their facility, they could cause some damage, and we'll see what happens. But they are surrounded by trees, so but you never know. The hurricane could still hit their facility, and that would push them back quite a bit. I mean, their earnings already done. It's done with for the next quarter. But if they got hit by a hurricane, that revenue growth is gone. But as long as the facility remains and the hurricane passes by, I think that Liberal Health Science will probably move to the upside as long as the hurricane news is over. Curaleaf also very heavily in Florida. They have 25 dispensaries. They have cultivation. So if their cultivation facility gets hit, that could, bring Kira stock down. But Kira is not so heavily reliant on Florida. Florida is one of their biggest market. They do have a lot of dispensaries, and if their facility got hit, I guess the stock would take a hit. But Kira will still recover, and they will still be a strong player moving forward. At least that's my opinion. Ianthus. I'm pretty sure Ianthus will probably take some damage from this because they do have a greenhouse and they have about 80,000 square feet of outdoor cultivation. So I'm pretty sure the outdoor cultivation will probably get destroyed. Because there's going to be strong winds all over Florida, and that's probably going to destroy some plants. So, move. But still, who knows? But Ianthus will be affected quite a bit if, I think so. But we'll see, though. We'll see what the news has to say on Tuesday or Monday, because the hurricane is coming on Sunday, at least according to reports. Harvest is not very strong in Florida. They have 6 dispensaries, I believe, and they have a cultivation that they are currently building and expanding before they continue to expand in Florida. But Harvest is not very strong in Florida. But regardless, so I don't think anything will happen to Harvest. I think Harvest is already trading at a discount. $6 is pretty cheap. I mean, it's gone down to about $5.30 something cents, 36 cents not too long ago. So there's a possibility it could go back down there. The lower you buy this, the safer it becomes. In my opinion, the lower you can buy a stock, the safer it becomes, and the more profit you make too, especially if you believe in the company and you think that the company has strong fundamentals. The stock price will recover. I'm pretty sure on this, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. All investments have risk. Green Thumb Industries. I don't know about Green Thumb Industry in Florida. I actually don't know anything about Green Thumb Industries. I know they have a little bit of California, I think, in California and in Nevada, but besides that, I don't really know about the company. I haven't done any research on this company. I have absolutely no clue, but they might have Florida assets. I have no idea. Acreage Holdings, a company that I'm pretty sure probably have some exposure in Florida. I'm not 100%, but I think so. Acreage is already a huge discount, and I believe that if Canopy rallies, Acreage will rally with Canopy, but I could totally be wrong, and we'll just have to see what happens moving forward. Tesla stock is neutral. After hours, I am being more bullish on Tesla. I did make a position. Maybe I'll make a more dedicated video on it on the weekend. I have no idea yet. Chesapeake Energy. Chesapeake Had a little nice small rally today for 4.76%. If oil continues to run, which looks very bullish right now, if oil continues to run, I could see this stock at least going back to, like, 270 maybe, 280, 270. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping, but I don't know for sure. We'll see what happens, but I think if oil continues to run, I think Chesapeake will benefit. It's weird that Chesapeake Energy didn't really move today, even though oil was up. It makes me really wonder what is going on internally with the company. There's like very little coverage on this company, so I'm concerned. I should maybe I should listen to this. Yeah, maybe on my free time I'll listen to that, see what they have to say. Apple stock. Apple 209. Apple is a good indicator if the stock market will crash or not, because we can't have a market crash without Apple going down. That's my opinion only. Aurora is down to $7.38. So close to that $7 prediction I had for Aurora. I think Aurora will hit $7, maybe even lower, but I don't know for sure, but that's what I think. But once they announce the earnings report, I believe that this can have maybe a 10% to 20% pop in one day. Again, I don't know for sure. We'll see what happens. I might make a dedicated video next week for it, but I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be close to the time when Aurora has the earnings. It all depends, really. High Tide had a really nice pop today, and then people took profits, and it pulled back to 37.5 cents. Moving forward, I don't know what to think about High Tide. I think, it's probably going to be volatile. It could go back to 33 cents, could go back to 28 cents, but the lower it goes, the more of an opportunity it is to pick up some shares. If you like High Tide, there is so many different investments out there. So, I am invested in High Tide. I bought some shares today, and the stock rallied. So that was good. I saw it at 40 cents. My brain told me I should have taken profit, but I didn't. I should at least took some profit, like maybe sold like 20,000 shares or something, and keep majority of my shares, but I didn't, and I lost out a little bit on that, but hey, whatever. We'll see where this moves forward. Victoria Gold pulled back 4 cents today. Because why? Because gold pulled back 0.8%. So Victoria Gold kind of took a little hit. This is a company I have investments in. I do have about 35,000 shares of Victoria Gold. I'm hoping it pulls back a little bit more, maybe to like 55 cents, and then I'll add a small position to it. Like, I'll put a bigger position into it, because I'm still bullish on gold. I think gold is still gonna go keep going up, but it might have a temporary pullback in September, simply because of the trade war between China and because the stock market is gonna rally. When stock markets rally, gold does the opposite. So it might be a good time to buy gold near the end of September, but for the moment, I think you should leave gold alone. That's my opinion. Pre-market, things are still kind of volatile. It's pulling back a little bit, but I think tomorrow is still going to be a green day. It could be a small red day tomorrow because people are taking profits, but I still think it's going to be a green day. SFD Pharma, it moved up a penny, 5.26%. This stock doesn't need very much to make some money, because it's literally a penny stock. But I don't know. I still not very bullish on FSD Pharma. I don't like the company, but at 10 cents, you know, it doesn't hurt to gamble a little bit. But again, this is not financial advice. I don't have any shares in FSD Pharma, so I have, you know, I just thought I brought it up because I thought, you know, 1 cent pop was kind of interesting. Anyways, then thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.